Good Saturday morning, everybody. It's I, Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes Critic, and today we're looking at Biz Bugs, and this is a request. You guys know what the requests are, don't you? That's that thing of where you send me an email and not a suggestion in the comments, but rather an email, folks. Yes, at ltcommentary@gmail.com. That's what Anth498 did. ANTHFOR 98. So Anth4, this is for you, sir. And for so many of you that like to laugh. But this cartoon's weird because, well, it's a weird cartoon. But for me, it's weird because, you know, I'm familiar with it, of course, but I'm more familiar with it, with certain parts of it than others. And that's mainly because this was, I'm pretty sure this was, this was featured very strongly in the Looney Bugs Bunny movie, which is a title I love to say. None of this was in it, this stuff here, but it was one of those paste-up features where they didn't just show the cartoon and link it in. It's actually kind of part of the the building of the actual. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's not just a cartoon. They actually took part of the cartoon and then built the story of the paste up around it, like this. This is all in the Looney Bugs Bunny movie. This is Daffy. They're at the Oswald Awards, like the Oscars, and Daffy is upset that all of his co-stars are getting, and Bugs is getting all the attention, much like in this cartoon. And then he just kind of takes over with Bugs here, and so all this stuff here where it's Bugs versus Daffy is also supposedly within the story of the movie, the Oswald Awards. But and this is Frizz taking a nod from Chuck's Daffy. Chuck Jones is the one who's primarily responsible for Daffy being something of an a-hole and being egotistical. He's really not, by definition, he's really not Daffy in this in these later cartoons. Daffy is really another word for silly, for those of you that don't know. But yeah, all this stuff was in Looney Bugs Bunny movie. There was something that I didn't really get. You know, when you look at these cartoons and you do these commentaries, as I do, one of the first things you want to look at is the censorship, because that seems to be, I don't know, the thing that kind of makes these special when you're going from these shorts to what's on TV. You know, there was a weird thing where when Daffy does the xylophone, those endearing young charms gag that Frizz never seemed to tire of, by the way. I know directors sometimes repeat gags, but for crying out loud, Frizz, you're easily the reigning champion. Freeling is easily the reigning champion of the repeated gag, the repeated premise, the repeated anything. Repeated, much like the word repeated. This is all Holly Pratt doing these great layouts. But what was I trying to say? The endearing young charms. Nothing really changes, you know, in the setup of it or the premise or anything like that. It's just that, you know, when Daffy's spoilers, when it doesn't work to Daffy's work out the way that Daffy wants it. You know, you've seen the xylophone gag in all of those other Frizz cartoons. Here it is.
Xylophone? I can get rid of the rabbit and it'll look like an accident.
When it blows up in Daffy's face, you'll hear it. I'll play it for you. There's nothing. It just kind of blows up in his face. But on the Looney Bugs Bunny movie, for some reason they added a guy laughing in the audience, like a like some kind of really goofy. And I never got it. I never knew what it was supposed to be helping or... Anyway, here's what it is here for real. So that's right where the guy laughed is and it's like, why did they think it was too cold, too heartless? How is it less heartless with a guy laughing at Daffy's? I don't know. I don't know, people. I do know there's a lot of different speaking of the censorship, I know there's a lot of different variations on this bit because Daffy essentially commits suicide with the great punchline that I love about in this cartoon, which is that, you know, they finally appreciate him and he's floating up to heaven. It's like, I can only do it once. But Nickelodeon, when they did Looney Tunes on Nickelodeon, they cut the part where Daffy strikes the match and says, "Girls, you better hold on to your boyfriends," and swallows it. It kind of looked like he was just shaking around and then exploded. Oh wait, no, he swallowed the uranium-238, but they cut it all up. So it's kids are kids are delicate. You don't want to just show them because they'll really do it because kids are stupid. All right, guys. See you next week.